Hello and welcome to this Forex Preview at xm.com. We'll be discussing the upcoming data out of the US, including the much anticipated PCE inflation figures and the outlook for the dollar. I'm Maria Pachurdeves, and joining me is lead investment analyst Rafi Boyadjian. So Rafi, on Friday, we'll get the latest stats on personal income and spending, as well as the important PCE inflation data. Are inflationary pressures finally easing? And how might these numbers impact the Fed's upcoming rate decisions?
Well, Maria, we're certainly getting more and more evidence that inflation is on its way down, at least in the United States it is. The question now is how fast is it going to come down, because we already, of course, had the November CPI data, which put the headline figure at just above 7%, so that's still well above the Fed's 2% target. So Friday, the focus is on, of course, on the core PCE price index, which the Fed does favor this particular measure over other measures. This had already eased a bit lately. It was 5% in October. It is expected to come down to 4.7%. So that's, of course, still well above the 2% target. The question now is, of course, are we going to see, are we going to hit 2% in the coming months, or is it going to take a lot longer than that? But the problem is that should it stay higher for longer, the Fed, of course, will have to raise interest rates even more. We already, of course, had that. Had those hints from the Fed at its last policy meeting that even though inflation is coming down, the fight is still not over. The risk is that should they keep on raising rates, this will inevitably hit growth, and we're already seeing some signs of weaker growth. We had the flash PMIs, the S&P Global PMIs, which were pretty bad for the US for the flash readings for December. The ISM ones haven't been too bad. So there is focus now on the personal income and consumption data due Friday, because these are, of course, these go into the calculations for GDP data. Now, consumption until recently has been fairly strong. It was 0.8%, in fact, for October. We're expecting this to have moderated to 0.2% in November. Personal income also starting to moderate now as well. So on the whole, I think the data will pretty much confirm what we already know about the US economy. So unless there are any particular surprises there, it shouldn't really affect the Fed policy, at least not in the next meeting or two. The Fed will probably want to wait and see to get the bigger picture of what's happening, both with inflation and the economy. But of course, for investors, this will be a crucial update on the health of the US economy.
Turning to the dollar, it seems to have steadied for now, but do you think fresh lows are likely if we get soft numbers on Friday? And what about the bigger picture moving forward?
Yes, certainly. I think if we get another soft set of data with both the PCE inflation and the personal income and spending numbers, and some other data as well coming out on Friday, such as durable goods orders, we could see the dollar weaken, coming under renewed pressure. Now, it's interesting that even though the Fed is maintaining its hawkish rhetoric and yields have started to creep up again, the dollar has been struggling. So the dollar's weakness is really, it does come around to the fears of a recession in the US. So until recently, investors were fairly confident that we would get a soft landing for the US economy. Now, a hard landing is looking more and more likely. So this has kind of taken the shine off the dollar somehow. So definitely weak inflation data and overall weak numbers would quite possibly weaken the dollar in the bigger picture. Even the long-term uptrend is looking questionable for the greenback. And should we see the picture deteriorate further on the economic and inflation front, then the longer-term picture, I think we might already be there in terms of the outlook shifting from bullish to neutral, if not bearish.
Rafi, thanks so much. And thanks for joining us for this Forex Preview here at xm.com.